We are pleased to be joined by the extraordinarily talented director, actor, writer, and ultimate Knicks fans, Spike Lee. Spike, thanks for being with us.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. What was your reaction when LeBron announced he was going to the Heat?
Well, I gotten word that he was doing that, so it was not a shock to me when he announced it last night.
And so what did you think about the method in which he announced his decision?
I really can't understand why they chose Greenwich, Connecticut. The show was kind of cheesy to me. You could look at LeBron's face. He was on edge. I mean, really, did he smile? And he smiles 24/7. And we have to understand, that was a very hard decision you have to make. And when Michael Wilpon, when they cut to him, the shot of his jersey being burned, I mean, that was a killer. Like Michael Jackson sang, it cuts like a knife. Mm-hmm. That was, you could tell that hurt. And then the owner went off. Mm-hmm. And I would just like to say, I don't like this guy, what Dan Gilbert did. This is free agency. The days of the owners just dictating to the players what they can do is over. I mean, my man William Rowland had a book called The $40 Million Slave. Those days are over. LeBron's a free agent, and he chose to leave. Now, we could argue how the means which he did it, but I think LeBron should have called Gilbert up also and told him, instead of having Richie Paul call him. Mm-hmm. For me, that's the same thing as Pat Riley fax to the Knicks, I'm out of here. That's the same thing, but I really think that I don't know how LeBron can live. I don't know how he's been able to live in Akron or Cleveland anymore. They're gonna make his life miserable. I don't care if you're born there. Life is too short, and why live someplace where you're gonna be hated? And the first time the Heat go to the whatever they call the arena,
the Q, in Cleveland.
Yeah, that one. They're gonna need the National Guard. I'm not trying to blow this up, but they're going to need the National Guard.
Well, let me ask you about the Knicks. The Knicks have obviously pursued LeBron, too, and I want to get to the reaction that he will eventually get Madison Square Garden. But first, the pursuit of him. What more could the Knicks have done to get LeBron?
They couldn't have done anything. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, you tell them go with God. He did not, he could wear a Yankee hat all he wants, but he did not want to play in New York. So I'm not going to hate him because of that. But I don't think any team should help Miami. Don't do anything for them. Don't do anything for Pat Riley. And the Knicks are going to gear up. And we had our battles with Michael Jordan and the Bulls. We didn't beat him, but we didn't lay down for Michael. You ask Michael today, the Knicks fought him tooth and nail. And we're going to do the same thing with the Heat. We're not scared of them. It's not like, they got Wade and Bosh, and James, and people handing out rings to them already. It doesn't work like that.
How do you think the crowd in Madison Square Garden will respond when LeBron comes in?
He's going to get it worse than Reggie Miller.
Worse than Reggie? How about from you?
Look, I just sit down and be quiet.
You almost choked up my partner, Josh Elliott, here with that one, Spike.
Oh, yeah.
Look, for me,
shy and retiring.
Look, here's the thing. I cannot blame LeBron for doing what makes him happy. He left a lot of money on the table, but this thing was rigged from way back. So everybody, they're lying out this side of their neck. I know they can't say it because they don't want David Stern in their butt about collusion. But this thing was rigged. It was a done deal. You get LeBron. You had Dwayne Wade and Bosh at the press conference, ESPN. They're saying, we don't know what he's going to do. Come on. They knew. Pat Riley knew. Why did Bosh send out that picture with him and Wade at a table and there's a chair between them and say, is somebody missing? Mm-hmm. That's not a coincidence. This thing was rigged. And also, another ruse where Bosh said, I don't want to go to Cleveland. That was a ruse. That's just like to get you off the trail. This thing was always dumb for them to go to Miami. So they say, okay, let's do this plan. What about if you say, I say you come to Cleveland. So when you say no, I can say, well, Boston want to come, you have to go into Miami. Come on, that stuff is old.
So that means that you didn't buy what LeBron said last night, that he was vacillating in his decision.
Look, he was vacillating, but you could still vacillate in the decision being made already. It was made a long time ago. But it was still very hard for him to leave home. And what he did was he left home forever last night. When he said, I'm out of here, he left home forever. When's the last time Art Modell's been back in Cleveland?
I wouldn't. You speak of the National Guard. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, see, that's
It's the same thing, but on a bigger scale.
Spike, I want to ask, we're asking today, SportsCenter.com, how many titles now does America think this super trio, et cetera, will bring to the Miami Heat? I wonder, what do you think?
I'm not giving them 0.
You're with 0.
Until I see who else they have. They got 3 guys now.
So are they the favorite in the East to you or not?
They're not better than Chicago. I don't think they're better than Boston either.
Have you turned your sights to Carmelo Anthony, Spike?
What Pat Riley does to fill out the rest of the squad.
Spike, again, New York had really loomed in this passion play as the other city for years. And now that it's going to be Amari Stoudemire, it appears, and really nothing else. Can you think the fan base led by you?
We have another max. We got another max spot.
But you're probably not going to use that this year. My point is, can the
but
Knicks
look,
fans wait one more year?
Coming off he's a free agent next year. Possibly get a sign and trade for Chris Paul, Tony Parker at the point. So to think that Donnie Walt's saying we got Amari, that's it. I mean, who's saying that?
Well, nobody now.
Yeah, nobody now.
Apparently Carmelo and Chris Paul. And now we will have Knicks Heat will be back.
What kind of involvement will you have in trying to lure these guys to your favorite team, Spike?
Look, I'm just a season ticket holder for many years.
You got a little more juice than that.
Come on.
And I just try to fit in where I can get in.
Yeah, you're just a season ticket holder, and LeBron James just made that decision yesterday morning. Okay.
Yeah, hey, Spike, don't be late getting in the season ticket holder orders again. I'm not sure that they'd keep you on the list if you're late submitting your order.
I got them to, they're going down generations, baby, going down through the generations.
Hey,
Orange and blue all day.
Spike, thanks a lot for being with us. A real pleasure. Thanks for spending time with us on SportsCenter.
All right, thank you.